Hello, my fellow investigators. Welcome back to Watch Us Lose, and boy, howdy, are we going to live up to it today, I feel like. I'm actually not entirely certain about that. I think that there are ways around it, but it's looking pretty grim as I sit here along my friends. Eric! Say hello, Eric.
Hello, this is Eric, and I am saying hello.
And joining us today is Laura. Hello, and welcome back.
What up?
The game has changed a little bit from when you joined us a while back. You'll notice that you're no longer playing Tommy, but Ashcan Pete, and that's because Tommy went a little crazy and is out of the game. Lola seems to be doing not bad, but Trish and Wilson here have been pretty well beat up, and like Wilson, I am cursed and corrupted and hungry, and I got an agreement and a dark pact. So that's one of the reasons I'm not feeling overly optimistic.
Yeah, I think there is a good possibility we're losing two characters. On that note, I should start thinking about that, because last time I picked Ashcan Pete when Tommy died, surprisingly, and Ashcan Pete got picked because his name started with an A, so he was at the top of the list.
Yeah, might not be a bad idea to keep that in mind. But, so a brief rundown over what it is we're trying to accomplish. We are in the second of three mysteries going up against Shub-Niggurath. And in this one, all we need to do is go to a clue, get the clue, and then put it on this card. And once there are four of them, we'll move on to the next mystery. So that's not that bad, except all the clues have been moved to wilderness spaces, which are sometimes hard to get to. And some of these are protected by some nasty critters as well. So, 4 clues and we move on. But there are a couple things standing in our way. Primarily, at the moment, all 4 of our investigators are lost in time and space. So this is a restriction that means that we're off the board. We're not affected by any game effects, which frankly might have saved a couple of our lives in the last Mythos Phase. But we don't get to perform any actions. And instead of resolving an encounter, we're going to flip these cards and see what they do to us. Some other things that we should keep in mind is way up here in this horrible cul-de-sac, we've got a firebug, who, while sporting a very lovely outfit, has a reckoning effect where we're going to roll a die, and on a 1 or 2, we're going to advance Doom by 1. So somehow we're going to have to deal with that, or else it's going to drive the game to its conclusion. We also have a couple red gates out on the board, and whenever the Omen track hits the red space, or whenever it moves, you lose a Doom for each gate that matches. So we're going to lose 2 Doom probably right off the bat that we can't do anything about. So that's not great. And we've got a rumor in play that I think we're kind of just giving up on, but it might change where the gates are and open up new ones underneath our feet. So, yeah, this is where we're starting tonight. And
but other than that, everything's great.
Yeah, other than that, it's all fine. So, welcome everyone. Let us know. I think we're only so we're 7 turns into this. the folks watching, if you're familiar with this game, I'd love to hear your prediction on how many turns we have before it's done, before it's called. Because I'm not feeling good about this.
Got some bad dudes on the board. We got like leopard people and serpent people and goat people, and it's no good.
Yep. And once we have more than 8 on the board, bad things start happening as well. And right now we have 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh,
5.
I forgot all about that. Yeah.
So 3 more guys on the board, and we're having another problem.
Oh,
and
it's 10 or more. It's 10 or more.
10 or more. Yeah, but okay. But next round we're definitely getting probably 2 at least.
Yeah.
So
All right. So
We don't have very many clues either, do we? Just 2 of you have clues? Yeah. Okay.
right.
yeah, but we don't. For this mystery, we can't use the clues we have. We have to pick up new ones. So our goal to actually win this game, we have to pick up new clues. And once we pick up 4 new clues, we can then move to the next task, and we don't know what that is.
But I'm sure it will be easy.
There's a stray clue over here on the lower right corner of the board. I don't know what's up with that.
Yeah, I think that was supposed to be discarded.
Mhm.
All right. So, at the end of the last turn, we all started to go into... We all got lost in time and space. And because of a weirdness of the rules, that has forced Wilson to be the lead investigator.
Really?
Yeah, and we don't need to go into why, but basically when you go into Lost in Time and Space, you have to give up the lead investigator, and he was the last one.
Yeah. You go lost. Okay.
Right. So, when we are lost in time and space, we're not affected by other game effects, but we can't move or perform actions. So our action turns are all going to be really easy because none of us are going to get one. So we can't rest, we can't prepare, we just go straight down the line and do nothing. And then we come to our encounter phase. During the encounter phase, instead of resolving an encounter, we flip this card. So,
All right. You want me to read it for you?
sure.
Okay. So, onward. The onyx tower of the Kadith rise in the distance as you struggle to command the Shantak to divert its flight. Test will -1.
All right, so my will is a 3 plus 2 for the black fan. Do I have anything else? Doesn't look like it. But I am cursed, so my dice are in the red state, so that's 5 -1. I'm looking for 6s. I need 1 success on all of these dice to pass. And I get 2.
Okay. If you pass, place your investigator token on a space of your choice. That's it.
All right. And then
Where do I put this
discard
card when I'm done?
You know what? These we're just going to throw right into that trash.
Okay.
If we need them, we'll go dig them out. But I'm cranky and I
Fair
want to
enough.
throw them out. So I get to come out anywhere I want. And I want to come out on somewhere that there is a clue. I wouldn't mind coming out close to Rome in the hopes that maybe I can get blessed and get rid of this curse. So I'm going to come out, unless somebody has a strong argument against it, here in Space 10.
No problem.
All right, so that was my encounter. Oh, so the other thing I wanted to complain about, and we need to think about this, Eric.
Okay.
Len left us today. He's normally our other regular player. And we've been doing pretty well while he's here. And I think that if we do lose this game while he's not here, that sends a bad signal. A bad message.
And that Len will be insufferable?
Yes. So we may have to figure out a way to get out of this.
Yes, there are high stakes and beyond just losing this game at play here.
So, Laura, will you flip and read his or Trish's Lost in Time and Space card?
Sure thing.
Okay.
Guide from the Void. The silhouette of a man towers before you, standing behind a veil of shimmering stars. You hear the being's voice in your mind, offering an escape from this emptiness. You may gain a Dark Pact condition to place your investigator token on a space of your choice. If you do not gain the condition, spawn one gate, place your investigator token on that space, and advance the Omen by 1.
Now, that's a problem because I already have a Dark Pact. So I'm not able to gain a Dark Pact, if I understand correctly.
Oh, you can only have one Dark Pact at a time? That's a bummer.
You can only, yes, apparently otherworldly forces are not into sharing. So you
and
can
they
only
communicate really well about who's pacted to whom.
Yeah, you know, the old Elder Ones network is in force. So that means I have to spawn a gate.
And I was muted that entire time. In fact, you can't ever have two cards of the same name.
Yep. So I spawn a gate in Shanghai, which is not 100% useful, but whatever.
And on that gate, so a mummy comes out whenever we spawn it, or a monster comes out when we spawn a gate. This one's a mummy, and it has a green symbol, which tells us that when this monster is spawned, move it to the pyramids.
That is not helpful.
What, you wanted to fight a mummy?
Yes, because Triss has the lightning gun. She can blow through almost anything. And we want less monsters. So this cowardly mummy ran away at the sight of the lightning gun, so...
And now we're going to advance the Omen by 1, which brings it to a red space. And we have 3 red gates out now.
Yes.
So we lose 3 doom. All right.
Good times. That went well.
But you do get to... Where's that card? Discard this card.
Okay.
All right.
Who's going to read Lola's?
I'll read. Actually, Laura, would you be so kind again?
Sure. Placed by another. In the space between worlds, you encounter a being that can change its shape. The creature seems fascinated with you and asks you countless questions. Influence -1 test.
Okay, influence -1. I now have to go through all of Lola's stuff to see if she has anything that increases influence. Yes, +1 influence. Okay, so I get regular influence, which is 4, because it's -1 +1. I succeed.
All right.
On a space of your choice. Okay. I'll just put Lola wherever. And Lola is beaten up. I don't think I'm sending her to fight a monster right away. Would be nice. Ashcan Pete, do you want to go to America or north of Tokyo?
America.
Okay, America. So I'll put Lola up here in Siberia.
All right. And then you two can discard this card. And that brings us to good old Ashcan Pete. Lost to time. The river of time has been muddied and you struggle to find a way home. Test lore -1. How's your lore?
3, so that'll be 2.
Yeah.
That doesn't sound promising. All right, what's the dice trick again?
So highlight them both.
Yeah.
And then click on R for randomize a few times.
There we go.
Or you can toss them around, but... Alright, so I will remind you...
Whoa. Your dog lets you reroll.
Yep.
Only one die, though, right?
Only one die.
Okay. Whoops.
Alright.
Well, he also has focuses.
That's true. You could spend a focus to reroll as well. In fact, you could use one if it doesn't work and use another.
But then I spend them and I can't use them for other things, right?
That's true, but...
All right. I'll spend one. I'm really struggling with dice roll here. There we go.
There you go. Alright.
That was worth it.
If you pass, place your investigator token on a space of your choice. If you failed, we would have got another gate. And discard the top card of the Mythos deck. Oh, God. Yeah. So, the only guidance I'm going to give you is landing on some place with a clue would be really helpful.
Yeah. I would go... Yeah.
So, like Canada or Greenland?
I think either of those are fine. The good thing about going to Greenland is it's easier to come back to Arkham and deal with these gates and other stuff that happens.
Greenland sounds fun. Let's do that. Except there's no train there.
You can
I
place
like
it right
trains.
on top of the clue, actually.
Okay.
And it locks on.
Alright, and
Because
then...
the physics in this world are strange.
Alright, and then you can discard this card, toss it right in the trash. And the good news... Well, maybe it's not a good news. No, in fact, it's bad news. We're going to the Mythos Phase.
This is going to hurt. This is going to hurt really bad.
Well, at
Alright,
least
lead
we've already
investigator.
moved the Omen track. So, first thing is we're going to move the Omen track again onto the blue space. I thought I saw at least one blue. Yep. So
Down in Alaska, yeah.
So we lose one Doom. Then there is a... Oh, wow. Monster Surge. And so a monster is going to come out of that blue gate. And we got ourselves a Star Spawn. Oh, this is just going so well. After that, we're going to spawn 2 clues. So we've got one that's going to go on space 16, which is up here in sort of central Russia, kind of. And space 20 in Micronesia. All right. Then, support of the church. You hang your head in exhaustion and frustration. You jump suddenly when a hand rests on your shoulder. To your relief, you turn to find the local priest. Have faith, my child, he tells you. Your good works have not gone unseen. Your brave acts are making a difference. Support of the church. The lead investigator gains a blessed condition. It would be nice to actually get a blessed condition, but...
It's nice to not be cursed, too.
Yes. So I've got a curse here. When you would gain a blessed condition, discard this card instead. So I'm going to throw this out. And then I'm going to take all my dice and I'm going to reset them to the regular state. All right. I'll take it. So now we get to decide who's going to be the next lead investigator.
I think no one's moving anywhere, so
Kind of doesn't matter.
yeah, it really doesn't.
All right.
We're just gonna sit and rest and focus, and then try to deal with our. Well,
Tell you what. Since I got a good thing out of it, I'll sit on it in case the next one is a bad thing for the lead investigator.
All right.
All right. So, I'm over here. So the first thing I'm gonna do is try to rest. Oh wait! At the end of the Mythos phase, Eric, does Lola want to spend 2 health and 2 sanity to flip her Tempted by the Darkness card?
Does she want to commit suicide to get to see what's on the other side of the card?
That would be a way of phrasing it. Yes.
Yeah. I'm not Len the Alpha Gamer, but something tells me that would be a bad move.
All right.
So I'm going to not do that.
So instead, you add another Eldritch token to that.
Yep.
All right. So now we're in the next turn. So when I rest, I can't recover sanity, but I roll a die. So I do recover 1 health. Ooh. You know what? We're going to do something a little different. First thing I'm going to do is to gain a resource. Then I'm going to rest. And I can spend that resource to gain an additional health. So I'm going to gain 2 health. Then I'm going to roll a die to see if my hunger goes away. I rolled a 3, which is not good. And do I do anything else on a rest? No. All right. So that's me.
Okay, so we're going to Trish. So I too. What? Okay, so I am going to perform a rest. Now, when it says you cannot recover health, that means even if I spend resources,
That's
cannot
correct.
recover health. Correct?
That is correct.
Then that currently is a waste of my time.
Except resting is the only way to get rid of the illness.
Yes. But it would be nice to do. I'm sort of focusing on what I have to do right now. And I am going to. It would reduce the illness. This is the hard part of the game, where you're like, all right, I don't know what the result of this is. If I rest, I might get rid of the illness, and I might get rid of something else. And if those pop, on a Mythos phase, they could do horrible things to me.
Yep.
So I would like to also acquire assets because I'm in a city, and the tome is nice, but not nice enough, I think. Okay, so I am going to rest. On a rest, for my infection, test strength. Or no, I roll 1 die. On a 4, 5, or 6, I can get rid of the illness. So we will roll 1 die. And I get a 3, which is not a 4, 5, or 6. Now I can
So this is not a test, which means
Okay.
that you can't use the focus or a clue to reroll.
Okay.
Those are only on tests.
That's annoying. Yep, and so nothing helps there. Alright, so then I'm going to look at my paranoia. do the same thing, except I only can succeed on a 5 or a 6. So I'll roll that dice.
Yay!
Okay, got it. So I get rid of my paranoia, just throw it in the trash.
Yep.
One less thing that might kill me. Then I am going to move up to the Himalayas to deal with the monster and the clue. The gate is also something that needs to be dealt with, but not right away.
Yep.
So that's the end of that. Now, Lola. Lola, all right. So on a research encounter, we generally need lore.
Observation or lore.
Observation or lore. So I'm going to spend Lola's strength improvement token to get a +1 to lore.
And that's part of Lola's special ability. And because she is a method actor, when she does that, she can perform one additional action.
Okay. So, the addition... Now, she's in the wilderness. She can acquire resources in the wilderness?
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
She can. I'm sorry. So to be clear, you can acquire resources in the wilderness.
Okay, so I will acquire resources, but I'm not going to bother putting that on the card because I'm going to spend it immediately, because after that, Lola is going to perform a rest action to try to heal up a bit. And does anything happen on a rest? No. So acquire asset, and then spend the asset, and then perform a rest, and so that increases my health by 2. 4, which is a little better. And that is up to... Now we're off to Ashcan Pete.
All right.
All right, so I know that with resting, I could potentially cure my amnesia, and it would also allow me to recover sanity, but I'm not missing any sanity. So...
Well, it also let you recover health.
And you are...
That'd be good.
Not healthy. And you also have a resource which you can spend to get an additional health.
Okay, that seems reasonable.
So you have a bunch of options in front of you, even though you're just sitting still. You can focus, which will get you a reroll. You can get an additional resource, which would get you yet another point of health if you rested. And you can rest to recover 1 health and 1 sanity. And get rid of your amnesia. I would suggest resting be one of those actions. But the question is, do you want to bump up your health by 3 or 2?
I mean, I guess by 3, that's better.
Okay, but then you're giving up a possible reroll.
A reroll?
For a focus.
Yeah, by not focusing.
Oh.
And focusing does not constitute an acquire assets action.
That's correct.
None of those, and you're in the wilderness. You can't acquire assets. You can't do anything of that.
Yep. You can only do that in a. You can only get acquire assets in a city where there's not a monster.
So, I will tell you my personal advice. I think getting more health. Don't.
Let her take her turn.
Okay, fine.
Len.
No, see, Len gives you bad advice and says take a risk. That's how. Do you remember how we ended up with the Dark Pax, Rob? It was Len who immediately got rid of his harmlessly.
Right. Because of course. All right. I'm sorry. What do you want to do?
So but the focuses have another function besides a reroll, don't they? Can't you do something else with your focuses?
So sometimes you will be able to spend the focus as part of a card to get a thing or something like that. So it can be useful to have a focus in case you need to pay for something. Okay. But
that's kind of...
All right. I'll take the resource, get the 2 extra health.
All right. So the first action is to acquire a resource, and you would grab one from over here. And then your second action will be to rest. So first, why don't you go ahead and roll for your amnesia.
Okay, so I'm rolling 1 die and hoping for a 5 or 6.
Right. And again, this is not a test, so you can't use rerolls on it.
Okay. It's weird. It doesn't let me do the roll thing. I don't like it.
So what we tend to do is to hit the R a whole bunch of times.
Yeah, but it doesn't seem to work when I do
Really?
that.
You have to.
Not
Oh,
unless
you
I-
gotta highlight it. You gotta keep it highlighted.
There we go.
Yeah.
All right, still failed.
All right, and then you gain 1 health and 1 sanity for the rest. You're already at max sanity, though. And then you can spend your resources to increase the amount of health that you get.
And I can spend both of them. Is there another benefit to hanging on to a resource?
Resources let you buy things.
Hmm. All right, I'll just take it all in health.
Yeah.
That's fine.
All right, and so you can go ahead and throw out those resources. You just toss them in the dark pool. All right, so we've all taken our actions,
Encounter.
which brings us to the encounter phase.
I'm assuming you're having a research encounter.
Yes, a research encounter in the wilderness.
Where is that stupid research? There we go.
Yep.
Research encounter. All right, let's see what encounter in the wilderness has. In an abandoned graveyard, you see the silhouette of a feasting monstrosity. A ghoul monster. Oh, a ghoul monster ambushes you.
Okay, so we're gonna come over here. I got a ghoul right here that I can look at. So first thing I have to do is the sanity check, which is will +1. My will is a 3. The black fan brings it to a 5. +1 brings it to a 6.
Wow. I'm sorry, Rob. That is a talent. You not only failed that roll, you didn't even get a 3. That is a skill, man.
All right, so I'm not going to use my reroll on that. I'm going to take the 1 sanity loss because of it. And now we're going to move on to the fight. So I need 1 success to defeat it. It's going to do 2 damage to me. I'm going to go ahead and use my blunderbuss, which gives me a +2 strength. And each 6 I roll counts as 2 success. Each 1 negates a success. So
Not that you're going to get any 6s.
Be nice. Be nice. All right, so I'm going to roll 6 dice on this. And apparently I highlighted a thing. Oh my word. So we're going to use a focus. Now, when I use a focus, once per round, when you spend a focus, gain 1 focus. Further, when you or another investigator on your space spend a focus to reroll a die, may reroll up to 2 dice instead. 2 of these dice happen to be 1s.
Yep.
So I'm going to reroll those. Oh my god. Alright. So now I'm going to spend the focus that I just got to reroll again.
One of the dice is still a 1, so yeah.
Yeah. Come on, just 1 success. There we go. So 1 success, no 1s. So they do 2 damage. I reduce that by 1 for my success, so I only take 1 damage. I deal a damage, so I defeat him. But I did lose health from the test. And let's just take a quick look to make sure I have nothing. Nothing. No, none of this helps. None of this freaking helps. So I get on top of everything else paranoia.
You have gotten every curse in the game. I just this game has hated you this turn. This session, this old one. This has just been awful. Okay. Shall I continue reading?
Yeah. Why don't you do that?
Because the rest is pretty good. A ghoul monster ambushes you. If you defeat it, it begs for mercy and swears to perform a service for you. You gain this clue, and one monster of your choice on any space loses 2 health.
Ooh.
And there is... Well, I won't tell you what to do. I figure you already know.
So who is 2 health? Oh. It feels a waste, but it's so hard to get to the firebug, and that might be what we need to do. I'm not so worried about this guy. I will be open if anyone thinks that there's something better than the firebug, but I think we need to get rid of... Oh. Okay. We're gonna...
The star spawn would be nice too, but that's...
Yeah, but we can't actually... I mean, if I could...
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to do it the firebug. And I'm going to hope someone with the lightning gun might want to go to Antarctica someday.
Yep.
Alright. So I got that clue.
Mm-hmm.
Which means... Oh, I dropped it here. That it's going to go on to the mystery... And we are now 1/4 of the way through our 2nd out of 3 mysteries.
All right. My turn.
Your turn.
So the first thing I'm doing is encountering this monster. And so this is a horror check of 1, meaning I have to at least get 1. And I have to test will, which is 3 plus... let's see.
It's looking like a 3.
3. Yeah. There was a reason I wanted that tome, but we will do 3. Okay, I pass. No problems there. Okay, now, a strength -2. So my strength currently is a 5. So -2 makes that a 3. I then have a lightning gun, which gives me +6 when resolving combat encounters.
So, as a reminder, the effect that gives you the +X to all skills doesn't stack with...
Doesn't stack.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you're down to 9.
Okay. I'm down to 9. So what I'm going to do is I am going to roll 6 dice, and then if I need it, I'll roll another 3.
Okay.
Okay. I do need it. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Now, let's take a look at rerolls that I have. Okay, so because I'm rugged, I may reroll 1 die when resolving a strength test. So I will reroll 1 die. Darn it. Okay. I'm going to spend my clue that allows an investigator to re-roll up to 2 dice. There we go. All right. So I've defeated this monster.
All right.
Now I have a research encounter in the wilderness.
All right. So Laura, that's one of these cards up here.
The cult of the Black Goat has chosen you as the target of their ritual hunt. You try to cover your tracks and evade all of their traps. Test observation, I think?
Yep.
Observation. Okay, so that's a 4 plus 2, which is a 6. Okay.
All right. If you pass, you escape with your knowledge of the cult intact. Gain this clue.
Okay.
Well done.
So I'm going to gain the clue and put it on the card.
Yep. This is going much better than the last time we tried this.
Yeah. Lola is having a research encounter out in the wilderness. Who wants to read that? Should I read this one?
No,
I'll read it.
That should be Laura as well.
Laura? Sorry, Laura, that we're making you do double duty here.
That's okay. I just need to find the card again. 15
Yep.
research? Yeah, research. Yep.
Yep.
All right. The locals in a small village are celebrating an ancient pagan holiday. Some of the songs and traditions seem to have occult significance. Lore -1 test.
Lore -1, okay.
So good call.
Means I got a 2. Is there anything that boosts my lore?
Yep.
Aim +1 lore. Okay. Anything?
Anything better than that?
Looks like a no. So that's a 3.
Oh, we forgot about this.
Forgot about what?
We should be playing with the top gate in the gate stack revealed.
Okay. Okay, that's a pass.
All right. If you pass, you recognize the influence of the Black Goat and stay away from the festival. Gain this clue.
Okay. So we get the clue. Oh, that's not the right person.
No, you're...
Lola's here.
Yeah.
There we go. Okay.
All right.
In the clue.
Well done.
Okay, yep.
All right, Ashcan Pete, where are you?
Wilderness clue. Like all the rest of us.
The last person to ask about cults died out here. When you reach the spot indicated by the police, you find his remains. Gain this clue, then spawn a dark young monster on your space and encounter it. All right, so you get the clue.
Oh. So you get a clue. I guess you keep it for now, right?
Nope, it goes right on to the mythos, or to the mystery.
Okay.
So...
Couldn't Laura keep it if she wanted?
I guess so. Yeah, I guess it's after you've resolved. Okay. So you can go ahead and take the clue underneath Pete and put it on your stuff.
I mean, I guess it's immaterial because the Dark Young is just brutal.
And now you're going to have a fight.
I'm gonna fight it.
Oh boy.
All right. So, first thing you have is a horror check. It has a horror rating of 3, which means it's going to knock off 3 of your sanity, -1 for each success you get on a will -1 check.
So I guess
So you roll 2 dice.
Okay.
All right.
Well, that sucked.
That does suck. So you do have a focus. You could even use the clue to re-roll. I would recommend taking the sanity hit
Okay.
and saving your re-rolls and stuff for the physical fight.
Okay.
I mean, there is no chance Ashcan's going to win this fight.
No.
Oh.
And so I would actually say, I don't know. You may not want to spend anything. You may just want to take the hits.
Right.
And save your rerolls for a better day. You do have one reroll from your dog automatically. What? See, I don't know. You have slightly more health than sanity. I don't know.
Yeah. It's kind of like, which would you rather lose?
I've got an enhanced ability to regain sanity.
Okay.
So let's move on to the physical fight.
All right.
All right.
So you take your 3. There you go. So now you're gonna roll strength -3.
So 0 die.
You always roll a minimum of 1.
Oh, how charitable of the game.
All right.
I hit that sucker.
So you take 3 minus each success in damage. So you're going to take 2 damage. And that's that.
And it has 4 health left.
That's true.
So it's not defeated. It runs off laughing at you.
No, it spawned. It's not an ambush.
It spawned.
Yeah.
So
we're going to come here. We're going to put a damage on it. And where are you located?
Greenland.
Oh, this is bad.
That's inconvenient.
This is so bad that I'm knocking stuff over. We got rid of one doom spreader. We got a new one. All right. And then let's just see, was there anything else? So you didn't defeat it. So we're going to put these cards back. Should we not have 4 on here? Didn't we all get one? Oh, so after your encounter phase, you can put the clue that you got from that encounter onto the card.
Okay.
All right. So that brings us back to...
I didn't use my dog reroll, did I? Oh, but it didn't matter because I
You
had a
only had
success
one
where it
die.
counted.
Yeah.
You could re-roll your success, but I would not advise that.
No.
That's another pro tip. Don't go back after you win and say, I want to try that again.
That's what you get after playing so much of this game. All right, let's do a Mythos phase. I'm still the lead investigator. All right.
Yeah.
So, the Omen track advances, so it goes to a green spot. Are there any green gates? I don't see any. So that's a thing. But now we have reckonings. So, first thing we have to do is check creatures on the board for reckoning symbols, such as this Dark Young. Roll a die on a 1 or 2, advance Doom by 1. And that's a 2. So Doom goes to 7. Who else do we have? Serpent People. Roll 1 die on a 1 or 2. The nearest investigator moves 1 space towards this monster. All right. Who else?
Star Spawn.
Star Spawn. Roll a die on a 1 or 2. Advance Doom by 1. Alright. So that's okay. Is that it for the monsters? It looks like it.
That is it for the monsters. Yeah.
So then we go to Mythos cards in play, meaning rumors. We're going to randomize the gate stack, discard 1 Eldritch token from this card. So this is going to go back into the bag that I knocked over. We're going to shuffle that up, and then we're going to play with the top reveal because of a thing on one of Eric's characters. I'm going to discard that. Now we go to Shub-Niggurath himself. Spawn 1 monster on a random space. So the random space is going to be Rome. And the monster is a hunting horror. Then, if there are 10 or more monsters, something bad happens. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 8?
Yeah, there's 8. 1,
7,
2,
okay.
3,
but not 10.
4. Yeah.
Alright. Then, are there any cultists? That's something I didn't check for. I don't think so. Alright. So next we go for conditions and items. So I got a lot happening over here. Let's start with hunger. So I'm going to test my will, which is a 3 + 2 for the black fan. And I passed that. Then we're going to do paranoia, which is the same roll. And I failed that. Do I have any rerolls? No, of course not. So, you felt the anger coiled up inside you for such a long time you just can't control it any longer. You lash out at anyone near you. Each other investigator on your space loses 2 health, and you discard 1 ally asset. Do I have an ally? I do not have an ally. So, cool. No problem. So we're just going to get rid of that.
No.
Oh, it says then flip this card, not discard this card. That sucks. So let's do corruption next. I get an Eldritch token. This is going to take forever. Flip this card. For each Eldritch token you have, lose 1 health and 1 sanity unless you discard 1 possession. I'm going to get rid of the occult tablet because that was part of what I got it for.
Okay.
So that was corruption. Dark Pact or agreement.
It doesn't matter.
Here comes a Dark Pact. On a 1 or 2. Nothing. And an agreement, also a 1 or 2. Alright, I survived.
Over to Trish. Test strength. If you fail, flip this card. Strength is currently at a 5. Ooh, that was close.
Yeah.
Okay. Dark Pack. Roll 1 die. I hate these. Okay,
All right.
good. That passes. Loa's got to check for the Blessed.
Whew.
3. Okay.
All right.
And now
That's all for Lola.
Amnesia.
All right. So Ashcan Pete has amnesia.
You're muted.
Yep, but I'm testing 3.
Yeah.
So let's see what happens.
Okay.
All right.
Wasn't as horrible as it could have been.
And then we have a gate. We don't have that gate. We have Buenos Aires. And out of the gate in Buenos Aires, let me reshuffle that because I don't know if I did, is a Ravenous Gug, which is not good at all. After the noise and violence is over, one of the shopkeepers peers out from his shuttered windows. Amazed to see you alive, he opens the windows and calls out, "Is it over? Are we safe?" You wave to let him know that everything is fine. I am a liar. Everything is fine. Rally the people. The lead investor gains 1 random ally asset from the deck. How many L's are in ally? I guess enough. All right. A private investigator. All right. So we made it through the Mythos phase. We have 4 clues. And at the end of the Mythos phase, if there are clues on this card equal to the number of investigators, solve this mystery. So these are going to come back into here. And our third and hopefully final mystery will be the Hour of the Moon Lens. In the small village of Goatswood, a series of peculiar mirrors are arranged on top of a pole to focus moonlight through a lens. It is said that the cult of the Black Goat uses this lens during their dark rites. When this card enters play, place the mystery token on London. As an encounter, an investigator on London may watch a ritual that transforms the worshippers of Shub-Niggurath into goat spawn. A goat spawn monster ambushes him. If he defeats it, he may spend 2 clues to place 1 Eldritch token on this card. At the end of the Mythos phase, if there are Eldritch tokens on this card equal to half the number of investigators, solve this mystery. So all we have to do is get 2 clues to a combat character in London twice. That's easy, right?
Okay.
I was going to say, that seems a little ambitious for 1 turn.
For 1 turn? We don't have to do it in just 1 turn.
Oh, that's good. Okay.
Yeah. Which leads us to the question of who wants to be the next lead investigator.
Okay.
I still feel like I've benefited from it.
Yeah.
And I feel like if we pass it off, somebody's going to get hosed. But so...
Well, I'm in a pretty terrible position because I can't get away from this dark young monster, right? And
Well,
he's
you
gonna
can
kill
move
me.
away.
Yeah, you
Oh, I
can
can
just
move
move away.
Okay, never mind.
Which I would highly suggest you do.
Yeah, absolutely. He's going to kill me.
Yep. So, but I don't think lead matters However, wait, no. What is the Dark Young currently? It has 1 damage on it.
Yeah.
So that's 4 damage. It's a strength -3 check.
Yeah. And so we have that and the Star Spawn at opposite places.
Yeah.
We also have... Oh, the Gug doesn't do Doom, at least.
Okay.
I mean, if we had the clues, I would be all for ignoring all of that and just rushing London.
Yeah, we don't. Okay, so I think you staying lead investigator is fine right now.
Okay. How bad is a goat spawn? Oh, those are easy. Strength -2, 2 successes, so not easy, but...
Doom advancers are the beefy guys, and they are annoying.
Right. So how many clues have folks have? Any? Lola's
You can
got
generate
one.
1 clue.
So you know, kind of has one.
Mm-hmm.
But are there any on the way to London? No.
There are 2 in the Amazon.
If I could go shopping, I could get myself a book that generates clues.
Yep, which might be a good call.
Yeah.
But you'll have to move off of there and go shopping, and then you're going to have a gate encounter. Or, well, actually, you have ability to move on a train, so you could move off of there, move to the train, get closer to the clue, and then go shopping.
All right. So Wilson, first thing he's going to do is rest. Is that a lie? That might be a lie. He's probably going to end up doing that anyways. But I don't think he can take a riot after all.
We have 9 monsters on the board, by the way.
Yeah. Nine monsters on the board. Alright, so I think I kind of have to do this.
I think you could take a riot because you can dispense them with with your influence.
Yeah, my influence isn't that great.
Hey, compared to me, you're knocking it out of the park.
Well, I mean, as long as you don't roll, like, all 2s and 1s when rolling 6 dice, I mean, that's not a problem, right?
Because why would that happen?
I mean,
all right.
Especially as long as you don't do it twice in a row. I mean, then there might be some reason to worry, but...
So they're gonna hit me for 3. Okay. Okay. So I'm gonna have to rest. I can't recover sanity. Thought there was something else, but not. All right. So I can't recover sanity, but I can get 1 health. And then roll a die for paranoia. On a 5 or a 6, discard this card. So there goes paranoia. And then hunger on a 4, 5, or 6. And I'm going to hit roll instead of flip. And there's a 4. Anything else when I rest? I don't think so. Alright, so I rest and I get rid of these. I'm going to throw those out.
Somebody got you a Snickers. Feel better now.
Sure. And then I'm going to come over to here. Because that's not going to kill me. Not at all. What's Trish gonna do?
Trish is going to come down here to Shanghai, and then is going to do an acquire asset, which is rolling 5 dice. Two. Okay. When you draw a debt, you get 2 successes, correct?
That is correct.
Oh, I have a resource. Yep, we're going for broke here. I am going to get the Occult Grimoire, which reduces horror checks of monsters.
Nice.
I'm going to get a debt to afford that. And Mythos Phase is not going to be fun. And then I'm taking the private flight down to Antarctica to deal with these 2 monsters down here.
Good man.
Even though I only have 3 health.
Okay.
And I would have rested, but I can't because I have illness. So that's that.
You're gonna roll so good.
What was
hope
your
so.
first action?
Acquiring assets.
So do you still have a second action?
No, I had to move to a city.
Oh, okay.
I was up in the wilderness.
Okay.
It would have been nice if I didn't have to do that.
Yeah.
But I was up in the wilderness and I had to do it. I think in hindsight I should have gone for this clue, but there was a monster up there and I was trying to kill the monsters. So I'm just going to normal restock these. And what we got is a sledgehammer, which gives you +1 strength in general and +2 during combat encounters. That's kind of nice. And a syndicate agent, which gives you +1 strength during combat encounters and allows you to re-roll 1 die in combat encounters, which is also really nice.
Yep. All right, so that brings us to Lola.
Lola. Lola is going to start heading towards London.
Hold on. Before you do that,
Mm-hmm.
at the end of last Mythos phase, did Lola want to spend 2 and 2 to resolve Tempted by Darkness?
2 and 2. That would be tough, but we're in bad shape, aren't we?
I kind of think that if you don't do it soon, you're not going to get to see what's on the other side.
This could be really bad, though. You know, this could be...
Yeah, but you'll have time to rest.
Okay, so Lola will spend 2 and 2 and flip that card. Okay, so let's see what Tempted by Darkness says. Okay. I have 5 on it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You dream of being attacked by a horror that looks like you. You wake up bloody and frail, but gifted with the abilities of your dream twin. Resolve 1 effect of your choice based off of the numbers of Eldritch tokens. 1, gain 1 talent condition. 3, gain 1 boon condition. 5, improve each of your skills.
So you get to choose which of those you want to do.
Then it says, then discard all of your Eldritch tokens and this card. Okay, so, yep. Well, I think I'm going to improve each of my skills. So that becomes a 2, that becomes a 1, that becomes a 2, that becomes a 1, and that becomes a 1.
All right.
And that's that. So, now, Lola Hurton, do I sit still and get a resource to double up my health, or do I just get a 3 health? would be very nice. Okay. Let's see. Where are monsters? I'm trying to figure this out. Nothing is near Lola. Lola is near absolutely nothing. Best option for Lola is to
It's 5
move to
either way.
move to a city and rest. Okay, so Lola's going to move over here. Boring city. Lola's going to rest. That increases 1 health and 1 sanity, and that is the end of Lola.
All right. Laura, what do you got for Pete?
He's got to run away.
Yep.
It's no good there.
So first thing, you move down to Arkham.
Okay.
Now in Arkham, you could close that gate, which would help us in general because next time it comes down to red, that gate will cause Doom to advance and we'll be in trouble.
Okay.
You could also use your power to move along a train line towards a clue.
Okay.
And you can acquire assets in Arkham. You can also
rest.
Rest. Because you were in bad shape.
I'm in bad shape. I would like to at some point use the acquire assets action so I can at least, be better equipped to deal with problems.
Yep.
I don't know what constitutes closing a gate. It sounds dangerous.
That would
Closing
happen
a
in the
gate is
encounter, so you don't have to worry about that right away.
Yeah, it's like the standard something happens card, but you usually make 2 or 3 rolls instead of 1.
Okay.
Um,
So let's say I move to Arkham.
Yep.
And that's one action, right?
That's right.
Yeah, I gotta add one thing. You don't have to deal with the gate. If you feel like you're not up to dealing with the gate, you can still just do an Arkham thing.
Okay.
Right.
So I move to Arkham. That's one action, and then
Yep.
I want to weave in shopping. So how do I
Okay.
do that? And
So-
then does that preclude me from the gate? Probably, right?
Nope.
No, because the gate will happen during the encounter phase. So the first thing you have to do is move to Arkham. You kind of don't have a choice about that. So go ahead and do that.
Yeah. Okay.
And now if you want to do an acquire assets action, you will roll 1 die for your influence.
Got very low influence.
Yeah. Alright, so you got no successes, but you could go into debt in order to get 2 successes, which would let you get the Sledgehammer or the Syndicate agent.
And Ashcan Pete has a special power.
Right, but that comes after the action.
Okay. That comes after. Okay. Yeah. So going into debt
It's fine.
can be sometimes boring and unimportant and sometimes bad.
It's fine.
Well, I don't have to go into debt though, right? Like,
right, you
just
could choose
get
to
nothing.
take nothing.
Right. So yeah, I don't think I'm going to do that.
All right. So you can instead discard a card on the list. I don't know.
Arcane Assistant is not
Wait.
used.
I can't use I have to go into debt to use my power?
Nope,
No, your power-
we're just not there yet.
The power is at the end.
Right.
Okay.
So
Alright,
because you're not buying anything, you have the option of discarding a card from the asset row or the market or whatever they call it.
The Arcane Assistant is good for spellcasters. We have no spellcasters currently.
All right, let's get rid of that shit. We don't want that.
All right. So you can go ahead and put that in the discard pile, which is over here. And then we're going to click the restock button to see what else comes out, which is a lucky...
Okay, so the restock is fine.
Yep.
I just realized that if you can get any item out of the discard pile that has a cost of 2 or less. So you could have discarded the sledgehammer and then picked it up out of the trash.
I could have, but I thought I wanted that occult thing to generate clues.
Okay. Yep, that's a good call.
Right. Okay, so now you've completed the acquire assets action, and you may gain 1 item or trinket asset from a value less than observation, which is 3 from the discard pile.
Right, and I'm pretty sure that dream journal is the best thing, right?
Sure.
I mean, I'm happy to look at other things, but...
Oh, the lucky cigarette case is nice, too.
Yeah, but I can't buy that, so...
Yeah, not yet, but I'm just saying.
Yep.
Next time someone acquires assets, that might be worthwhile.
So yeah, I think the diary is fine.
Okay, let's do that then. That's great.
All right, so that was your 2 actions. And now we go into the encounter phase.
Okay. Where are you, Rob?
I'm first dealing with a riot, because this isn't going to go bad at all.
I believe in you.
Thank you. I
Roll
need
that influence.
All right, before resolving the strength test, you may attempt to disperse the mob. Test influence -1. So my influence is a 3 plus 2 for the black fan. So that's a total of 4 dice. With no rerolls. Unless I use corruption. But I won't need that, right? Alright.
Look at you dispersing that mob.
If you pass, defeat this monster. So, bye-bye, Riot.
I feel like we should get a reward for dispersing a riot.
I agree.
I don't know.
Instead, all I get to do is sail on to Atlantis. So, Eric, if you could read me an otherworld encounter. And you might be muted.
I said the reward we get is that we don't lose the game. So that was the reward we get. But, on to the otherworld encounters. Lost Carcosa. At an elaborate masquerade, you talk to decadent partygoers who are all maneuvering to be declared as the proper heir to the crown. Test influence.
Alright, so that's another 5 dice for me, although scanning that, I might want to fail this. But I pass.
Okay. Believing that you can help him, the guest attempts to bribe you. Gain 1 artifact. Seeing this, the queen demands... Okay. Let's get your artifact. What do you get?
Satchel of the Void. You cannot gain a lost in time and space condition unless you choose to. Alright.
Mm-hmm.
So, what now? I gained an artifact.
Okay. The queen demands you seeing this, the queen demands you unmask. She questions you relentlessly, attempting to discover what you've learned. Become delayed unless you spend 2 clues. If you spend the clues, gain her favor and close this gate.
Well, I have no clues to spend, so I become delayed. Which is very frustrating.
And the gate stays open. That's a bummer.
Gate stays open.
All right.
We really suffer from cluelessness in this game.
Oh, sometimes this game will just pound you on the one thing you don't have. It's like you'll have clues, you'll have resources, and then it will say spend focuses, and then you get focuses, and then all of a sudden it says spend resources. It seems to know. But Triff is going to fight monsters. I'm going to go with the easier Elder thing first, I think.
Still no
Is that a
giant
good way
penguins.
to go?
I don't.
What?
I don't. I was complaining about no giant penguins.
No giant penguins. Okay, so the Elder thing has a sanity standard horror check of 3, but because I have the occult grimoire, it's a 2. So I need to get 2 successes on the sanity check. My will is a 3 plus 2. And I do not think I have anything else that helps.
All right.
Okay. So, I am going to test.
I'm going to do a quick poll for chat while you're adding up your dice. Do you think he's going to go insane in this turn? I think there's a chance. What do you guys think? Oh!
Not today.
Not today!
Okay, so I passed the sanity check.
Because
then it is a strength -1, so I have a strength of 3 plus the 6, so that's a 9. So again, I'll just roll the 6 dice, and if I need more, I will roll more.
You need more.
Oh, that was not good. Okay. So we'll roll the remaining.
There you go.
There we go. All right, and that's dealt with. Okay, so 1 monster down. Now, this guy. Ugh. All right, Star Spawn. Sanity -1. A sanity check of 3, but that's reduced to 2. And then I have a 5 will total, and that's 3 plus 2, and so I have to roll 4 dice. Oof, that ain't good.
How you looking for rerolls?
Yeah, okay, so now let's see what I have reroll wise. Nope, but I could just go to Headstrong.
Sure.
Once per round, when you would lose sanity, you may test will. If you pass, prevent loss of 2 sanity and flip this card. So my will, again, is a 5. Ugh. Okay, I get 1.
Yeah.
I have to flip this. Gain a madness condition unless you discard this card. I think I will discard this card.
Okay.
Because I don't need another condition. I have too many as it is. I can't. I can't deal with that many. So I'm discarding this card. Do I just put it in this trash?
Fine. Yeah.
Okay. Alright, so I discarded that card. It was useful for what it was. Okay, now. Strength -3. I'm rolling 9. And then -3 is a total of 6. Alright, so we're just going to roll the 6 dice. Can't take this guy. I didn't realize he was this tough.
You can do this. Because remember, you basically got 3 rerolls with your focuses.
Yep. Okay, 2. However, I spend my focus as I get vulnerable because those have been giving me a constant plus. But I can spend 1 and get it back immediately, right?
Right.
Nope. Okay, so now there is no way I can beat this guy.
All right.
Hold on.
So you could drop 2 on it and try again next turn.
I may re-roll Rugged. Because of Rugged, I may re-roll 1 die when resolving a strength test.
There you go.
Okay, so do I lose health?
At the moment, you're about to lose 1 health because it does a...
Okay, so
Attack
because
of
of
3.
Resilient, once per round when you would lose health, you may test strength. If you pass...
Yep. I think that's the way to go.
Okay. So my strength is 3-5. Sorry, this is getting so complicated.
It's the joy of the game. This is what they came here to see.
I pass.
All right.
I pass with 1 every time on these stupid...
So you lose no health, but you have to flip resilient.
Yeah. I've already spent my rerolls on strength checks.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. You're still alive, but you know you might not survive next time. Lose 1 sanity unless you discard the card. I will lose the 1 sanity.
Yeah. All right.
Okay. And so I do 2 damage to this guy. Whoa, what was that?
Oh my god.
Sometimes I don't get enough height when I'm moving stuff around, and I'm not sure. I know there's a way to fix it. All right. I still think that was a good turn for Trish.
Okay. Lola.
Lola.
Generic city encounter.
So that's one of the black cards over here, Laura.
All right. Black card.
Yep.
General? No.
Yep.
Wait.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. All right. An old radio in your room begins to emit strange words from its speakers. Lore test.
Lore test. Okay, my lore is now a 4.
+1. For
+1?
Otherworld Codex.
Okay, so 5. Okay, that's a pass.
Mm-hmm.
All right. If you pass, you translate instructions to better yourself. Improve 1 skill of your choice.
Jeez. Hey, I will improve strength.
All right.
Okay. That's that for Lola.
All right, and where's Ashcan Pete?
Arkham.
Arkham. All right, so you get a choice. You can either go through the Otherworld encounter and try to close the gate, or have an Arkham encounter.
I get +1 lore during Otherworld encounters from my dream diary.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
That, I think, is the right spirit. The past. On the other side of the portal, you find yourself in an empty city with enormous primitive buildings made of green stone. As the city begins to shake and flood, you realize where you are and try to manipulate the portal to escape. Test lore.
All right, so I get to use 4. I think I'm missing some dice, but that's okay. Look at that.
Done.
You pass, so we're going to go to the middle spot here. You escape, rely, and seal the doorway. Close this gate. Afterwards, you suffer from dreams of the city. Test will.
Oh. Okay.
Okay.
Whew.
If you pass, these visions reveal hidden secrets. Gain 1 clue.
Hell yeah.
If you fail, you cannot endure the nightmares. You would lose 2 sanity.
And I would die.
You would be
Yes, you would.
defeated. So here's a random clue for you.
Clue. I've got a clue. I'm so
That's
happy.
useful.
Yeah. You just need 1 more, and you can beat up some goat spawn in London.
I'm not going to beat up any good spawn in London, but I'll help other people get clues.
Yep.
We can meet up and trade clues if we need to.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, that brings us to our Mythos phase. All right.
Okay.
So, first thing that happens is we move the Omen track to blue again. We've got Antarctica and Buenos Aires. So we go down 2 Doom to 5.
It's getting tight, man.
Then monsters come out of those gates. And I think I did this wrong before, but we're just going to roll with it because there should be 2 monsters in each of those gates, which is bad news for Antarctica. So in Antarctica, we've got a Noth, which goes to the Himalayas, and a cultist. And then here, Buenos Aires, we get Amigo and a Ghast. If there was an investigator there, they'd immediately encounter the Ghast.
We got 10 monsters on the board.
Well, we don't have to worry about that at the moment because that's a reckoning effect. So the next thing that happens is 2 clues come out. One in Space 10 in West Africa, and the other in Rome. You tell yourself that it is only a dream, but as you stare into the yawning chasm, it feels real. Perhaps it is true that you die in a dream, and perhaps it's true.
Wait.
What?
Don't we have... Oh, there wasn't a reckoning. Okay, yeah, go ahead.
There was no reckoning. You tell yourself that it was only a dream, but as you stare into the yawning chasm, it feels real. Perhaps it is true that if you die in a dream, you truly die. But perhaps you can find a way to end this evil. You can achieve that. If you can achieve that, is there any risk you would not accept? Leap of faith. The lead investigator may gain a lost in time and space condition to advance the active mystery by 1. So, you know what? I have a thing that says that I can't gain a lost in time and space condition unless you choose to. But I could choose to.
Good.
And I think I'm going to choose to.
So I think that's a good call.
So I'm going to take me a lost in time and space. I'm going to come off the board since I was delayed anyways. So that's fine, doubly fine. As soon as I become lost in time and space, I have to make someone else the lead investigator. Anyone want it?
Give it to Trish.
Okay. I'm going to clean that up. And to advance the mystery by 1, in this case, we're looking for Eldritch tokens. So we're going to add 1 Eldritch token on there. This means we just need 1 person with 2 clues to beat up a goat spawn in London.
Yeah.
So that solves, or that ends the Mythos phase. And you know what, folks? I think maybe we can do this. Maybe.
I believe in us. I'm confused how we got the Eldritch token on the mystery, but I'm glad we did.
Yep. So
Rob sacrificed himself to the abyss
Right.
to put an Eldritch token on there.
right.
Oh,
So
that was an option. Okay.
right. So the Mythos card says we can gain a lost in time and space condition to advance the active mystery by 1.
Yeah.
Since the mystery is collecting Eldritch tokens, we put 1
Yeah.
Eldritch token on it. So
Yeah, smart. Well done.
So, to be fair, does Pete have a chance at gaining clues? Oh, he spawns clues. He doesn't just get one. Is there anything here that gives us clues when you gain it? No, that's a rest action. So I'm hesitating a moment because we're in an interesting place, and I'm wondering if we want to do one more turn, or
I don't think.
I think we're 2 turns away from winning.
Hold on.
Or losing.
Clues count as positions.
Yes, clues do count. Let me confirm that, but I believe that they do count as possessions.
Okay.
Why do you ask?
Well, Trish can generate a clue.
Okay.
Okay. Well, okay, no, we don't even need to bother with that. Lola, Ashcan Pete can get to San Francisco. Lola can get to San Francisco. In San Francisco, Lola can also trade with Trish for the lightning gun. Or the carbine rifle, which will not. This is a +5. It's good enough. So Lola could come down here with a clue to San Francisco and a carbine rifle. Ashcan Pete could come to San Francisco, pick up the carbine rifle and the clue. Then using.
We're still a turn away, right?
Yeah. Then once that trade is made, using his power, he can then move 1, 2, and if he prepared for travel, he could make it to London in another turn. So it would be 2 turns. With the carbine rifle to fight the monster.
I think that might be the best that we can do. And so on that note, I think that it's going to behoove us to call it a cliffhanger here and finish it up next week.
Wow. Why do you send Pete to London though? He's like in bad shape. Why not send
Ashcan Pete is the fastest.
Oh, okay.
Ashcan Pete has the ability to book across the country.
Right, because he can take the train.
Because he can take the train, and so he has this ability to just move very fast across the country. So what Ashcan Pete can do in this round is get over here and meet Lola in San Francisco, and then next round, and rest.
Yeah. Okay.
And then next round, Lola would trade with him, so he'd have all of his actions. He can use his power. He can then get to Arkham and then use a boat ticket to get to London.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Cliffhanger. That's not nice.
Yeah, and then Ashcan Pete is the weakest of the party and in bad shape, so it would be a tight fight against the goat spawn.
But on the other hand, well, the goat spawn isn't that tough.
Yeah.
The goat spawn, you only need 2. It's a -2, and you only need 2 hits to defeat it.
Oh no, there's a better way to do this. Trish, this round Trish generates a clue.
Trish has problems.
Okay, wait. So let me read the. Okay, wait. I have a better idea. The text. You and another investigator may trade possessions. In addition, he may move to your space, and if he does, you may move to move to his previous space. Does that mean you can trade possessions and move?
Where are you looking at?
The Mingo brain case.
Mingo brain case.
Under Lola. Bottom left.
You and another investigator may trade possessions. In addition, he may move to your space. If he does, move to his previous space.
Okay. Right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
So if on your first action you trade and move to...
Ashcan Pete becomes lead investigator.
You know what, guys? I take it back. We're going to do it. We're going to do it live. Hold
Ashcan
on.
Pete becomes lead investigator, goes to London. Lola, on her turn, teleports to... changes places with Ashcan Pete and takes his clue. And then Lola has two
terrible
clues.
for me. Don't be so confused.
So
This
Pete's
is-
action is just to get the heck to Sydney.
This is Doctor Who nonsense. So, but with teleportation,
Oh,
Lola
no,
can
Pete can't
teleport
go
to London.
first,
So
though.
if Ashcan Pete is in London, Lola can teleport there, and then she can take on the goat spawn and try to win.
So, but would it be better for Trish to go first?
Trish cannot do anything. You can only use the brain case once.
I'm sorry, I meant Lola. Because...
Nope, because Ashcan Pete is not in London yet. Ashcan
But-
Pete has to be in London.
What's Lola's
Before-
second action?
Lola will probably rest. I mean, to
So,
prepare for the battle.
so if Lola, for her first action...
First action, rest.
No.
second
Let's
action, battle.
if Lola
Mhm.
does the Migo thing first,
Yes.
gets the stuff, go to Arkham, and then her second action
This would be to move, and that's a wasted action. That means she can't rest and move and teleport.
Oh, for some reason, okay. I got confused because I thought this was going to end up with Pete and Antarctica and
Nope.
then get killed by all the stuff down there.
No,
all right.
Pete is not getting killed by Antarctica.
My
Okay.
apologies. So, we're making Pete the lead investigator.
hmm
Laura, your mission is to do something and go to London.
Yeah. You have to just end your turn in London. Anything beyond that is up to you.
Okay.
Because
Yep.
you're going to be teleported out of London after you end up there.
And I'll be teleported to where do we think?
You'll be teleported to where Lola is right now, which
In
is
the wilderness in
up
Alaska.
it's a city.
Oh, it's a city in Alaska. All right, Anchorage. Cool. So I should probably get my sanity back because that's pretty bad.
All
Yep.
right.
So I can do a rest, I guess.
Yes, you can.
Yep.
All right. So let's do that. And when I rest, I recover 1 additional sanity because I got a dog, so that helps. And I get to test for
I missed that entirely.
My amnesia. So let me do amnesia first. Because it's okay to rest here before I travel, right? Or do I need to travel then rest?
You can do it in either order.
All right. So I'm going to roll 1 and see if I can get rid of my amnesia. Nope. Still have amnesia. Okay. But I get 2 sanity and 1 health. Is that right?
That's correct.
Okay. And then I spawn a clue. Oh, but do we want the clue to be in
It's going to be random.
Doesn't matter.
Oh, okay, it's random. All right, so cool. All right, so 2 sanity, 1 health.
Yeah.
And then I spawn a clue.
Yep, so you can drag a clue out of this green bag up here.
Okay.
Quick click and drag, there you go. And if you flip it over with an F, and we know that it goes on space 17. And there's even a little illustration that tells you it's up there.
Cool.
So that was your first action.
And now I have to travel.
Please.
Go to London. Well, yeah, that would be the plan. I mean, if you want to ruin the plan, you can do that too. Go fight the Dark Young One.
Thank you. All right. Wilson gets no actions, but I guess he's not delayed technically.
Yeah.
Trish, are you gonna fight or are you gonna run?
Doesn't. I mean. Okay, so now this is an interesting question. If this was a standalone game, I would say fight, just in case things went wrong. But it's nope. I'm gonna stay and fight. So Trish is going to generate a clue. Trish is gonna go down swinging.
All right.
Generate a clue. With her power.
Yeah.
Then because I got nothing else to do, I'll acquire an asset.
Could I point out that there is an action on your lightning gun?
Cool.
It's not a great action.
Not a great action at all.
It will take out the...
I could also just test influence to get rid of my debt.
Yeah.
Even
at the end of the world, we're worried about our debt.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Losing that, not having less than 3 health is not great.
Well, you could still move.
Nope. I'm not going to use the lightning gun. I'm just going to be crazy and test the debt.
Okay. Using that wireless to take care of some problems back home.
That's flip, not roll.
Flip. Wow.
That's horrible.
Way to waste a turn, Eric.
Yeah, that is true. So that's that. Okay, now we're down to Lola. Lola is going to rest. Is there anything that helps her resting?
Oh my god! Len's not here and Lola's going to win the game for us anyways. This is some bull.
Len wasn't here anyway. Lola, every game has been a glory hound. It doesn't matter who's playing her. So Lola's going to rest.
I'm ready for her to retire.
And then she is going to teleport to London, flipping places with Ashcan Pete. But in the process, she is picking his pocket and pulling a clue off of him. So that's the end of Lola's turn. Oh, that's not the end of Lola's turn. Lola is going to use her ability to increase will.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to say at the cost of influence.
Sure.
Because I don't think I'm going to need that, so influence comes down here.
All right.
And that's the best I can do.
All right. Encounter phase.
Okay, Ashcan Pete is having... Oh, you will do that.
Yeah. If I can do it without knocking anything over.
He's so confused. He went to sleep in London with a clue, and he wakes up in Alaska clueless.
It's just been a weird week for Pete.
Oh my god.
Oh, a night watchman tells you that a crate of weapons has gone missing from his warehouse. You offer him some money to learn more. Test influence.
Well, that's a problem. All right.
Hey! If you pass, he sends you to an ally. Gain one random weapon asset from the deck. Otherwise, you lose a health and gain a leg injury condition.
Jeez. I think I'm influential.
So just for completeness sake, let's see what you get. Hoping it doesn't matter. Ooh, you got you some tear gas.
That sounds fun.
Alright, so I meanwhile am dealing with my Lost in Time and Space. Eric, you want to read it for us?
Sure. I was just thinking I should have stolen Ashcan Pete's
Dog as well.
dog when I stole his little dog too.
Jeez.
That's just
No,
cold.
Lola, you can't have two.
That's just cold.
Among a swirling mass of stars, you discover a swarm of alien beings feasting upon one another without hesitation. You try to fan your way home without being noticed. Tep's observation -1.
Alright, so I get observation of 2 plus 1 for my private investigator. Oh, I passed.
That's nice. If you pass, place the investigator on a space of your choice. If you failed, that would be lots of monsters on the board.
So,
Discard it.
yeah.
Okay.
And I'm gonna show up just in case. I'm gonna come back to here. Did I not get that clue?
No, you didn't.
Okay. So that was my encounter. Trish!
Actually, no. I thought you did, and you didn't pick it up. But
Yeah, that might be.
yeah, go somewhere else then and pick up that clue.
Because that was... Wouldn't that have been a clue that would have gone over to the last one? I don't remember. I don't know what's going on.
Okay.
Or no, I didn't get in when it got... I don't know. Oh well, whatever.
All right.
Trish.
Okay, fighting the cultist first. It's strength -1. So that means I'm rolling 8 dice. Right? 6 plus 3.
6 plus 3 is 9, minus 1 is 8. Sounds
Yep.
right to me.
Well, we'll start with 6 and see if that's enough, because it's just... What was that?
That was me, I think.
No, that was me hitting flip instead of roll again. Okay, cultist is gone. Now this guy. Okay. So, off with horror check of will -1. My will is a 5, so that means 4 dice. Okay, make.
So that's 1 success.
Horror check is reduced by 1.
Yeah. So that would be 1 sanity.
Okay, 1 sanity. We'll take it. Okay. Now. The strength is strength -3, so that's 6 dice. I probably should have done the damage, but... Ugh. Well, that's not good. Okay.
So you need 2 more hits to defeat it.
2 more hits. We'll start off with spending a focus and gaining a focus.
Okay.
Nope. Then we'll go to Rugged. It gives me a roll an extra die when resolving a strength. Nope.
Oh, jeez.
Okay. That's okay. That's okay. Okay, we're going to spend a clue.
Yeah.
And roll 2 dice.
Come on. Wow. Well, do you think this is the last round or not? Do you care?
I don't think spending my focuses are going to make it with the way I've been rolling.
Yeah. All right, so you did 1 more damage to it.
I'm going to spend 1 focus. If I make this roll, then I'll consider doing the other one.
That makes sense. And
however, if I continue to botch the rolls, forget it. All right. Wasted a focus.
All right. And
That's
because
bad.
there is a monster there, you do not get to have a gate encounter.
Okay.
But that's not what we're here to see.
Okay.
We're here to see Lola.
Lola. In London, as an encounter, may watch a ritual that transforms worshippers of Shub-Niggurath into goat spawns. A goat spawn monster ambushes them. Give me a goat spawn monster to attack. Okay. There is a goat spawn monster. What does this look like? Okay, we start off with a will check. I get +1. Looks like just a +1. Okay, so my will is a 5, +1 is a 6.
Lola, Lola, Lola. All right,
Okay,
one
that's
roll
done.
down.
Okay, now it's strength -2. Strength is 4, -2 gives me 2. And then... Oh, I did not think this through.
You're fine. You only need 2 successes. You got an arcane blade.
Okay, the arcane blade gives me 2, so it's 4.
Wait, so you're at 5, 6, 7, -2.
7 -2? How do you get that?
Because you
Will-
got started. Oh, no. I was looking at the wrong thing. You're right.
I got a
4,
4.
5, 6. Yeah. So you're at 4.
I'm at 4.
Oh, don't forget Lola's passive ability. Which we forgot this entire game. Because we're not used to playing Lola.
May roll 1 additional die. Yes, I will take that passive ability. Give me 5 dice.
All right. What do you think, Chad? Is he going to make it? Woo!
Yes! Okay, goodbye.
As always, Lola in the clutch.
Okay, spend the 2 clues. Put them back in the trash bin.
That's right.
And put a Eldritch token on...
I got that for you, my friend.
Okay. So all we have to do is survive the Mythos phase.
So, at the end...
For two of us is going to be kind of... well, for Trish, it's going to be tight.
So, at the end of the Mythos phase... No, we're not there yet. I thought there was something else that happened at the end of Lola's turn.
Nope. That's it. So Ashcan Pete is the lead investigator.
All right. So, Laura, what you're going to do is you're going to flip over the Mythos card, the purple card over here, and we're going to go through the steps at the top. So we're going to start with moving the Omen track to the red. And how many red gates do we have? Looks like we closed one at least. So we got 2, I'm seeing.
Mm-hmm.
So Doom goes down to 3. Ooh, this is going to be tight. Reckoning. We have a reckoning symbol. So we start... Oh my god, this is horrible.
All right, so I need to see if my amnesia gets any worse.
Well, so there's
later.
an order that we do this in. So we're going to start with creatures or monsters on the board. So the Nofkef, each investigator in the space loses 1 health. That's no problem. For some reason, I came up to here. So I have to encounter the hunting horror. We'll deal with that in a moment. The Dark Young. Okay, so Laura, I need you to roll a die. On a 1 or 2, we advance Doom by 1. Good roll. Good roll. Serpent People. Now you're going to roll a die. On a 1 or 2, it's going to move 1 space. Move an investigator 1 space. So, what we got this time? Good. Migo. Discard the nearest clue and move this monster there. So we're going to do that. We're going to discard this in a moment. The Ravenous Glug. Move this monster 1 space towards the nearest city. It's in the city, so we're going to stay there. And then, finally, the Star Spawn. Roll a die. On a 1 or 2, advance Doom by 1. Oh my god, we might actually lose this game right now. Okay. Next, we do this Mythos card. So we're going to randomize the gate stack, discard 1 Eldritch token from this card. When there are no Eldritch tokens on this card, discard each gate on the game board and spawn 1 gate for each gate discarded this way. Alright, so we've got 1 gate, 2 gates, 3 gates, 4 gates. This goes back in here and shuffles up. Now we're going to draw 4 gates in Tokyo, in Tunguska, in London.
Ruh-roh.
That actually might work out okay for us. And Riley, which is space 3 over here. Nope, down here. So now these gates are all discarded. Now,
Lola gains lost in time and space.
Right. I maintain that this can protect her.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I'm going to shoot a haunting horror. My will is 5. So I'm going to roll
Where
4
are the Lost
dice.
in Time and Space cards, by the way, Rob?
They're in the restriction stacks.
Okay, I'll find it.
And they might all be in the trash at this point.
Nope.
All right. So, I'm going to spend this clue to re-roll. Because I kind of don't want to go insane right now. And then I'm rolling 6 for my combat. I need 3 successes. So the 6 gives me 2. The 1 reduces that, and that one reduces it to 0. So I take 2 damage. And I don't have any fun stuff. I could, yeah. So we're just gonna take it.
Okay.
Because we're gonna hope that I survive and the game ends. All right.
There are not 10 monsters on the board, so...
Did that include spawning 1 monster in a random space?
Yep, we have 8 now.
Oh, you put 1 out for us?
I did not.
Okay. So we're going to get a cultist. That's not really... Well, that should come out here anyways. And the cultist will be in the Amazon.
There are 9 monsters.
Just wait till you see the rest of the Mythos Phase here.
All right. So, now, starting with the lead investigator, we're going to do conditions. So you can roll for your amnesia.
Oh boy. All right.
What do you think, guys? Are we going to pull it out?
I will. Okay. Let's see what happens. Forgotten crimes. You don't want to believe it's true, but the evidence is irrefutable. At some point that you no longer recall, you went on a crime spree. Now you must accompany the police, gain a detain condition, then discard this card.
There you go.
I'll grab it for you.
Yeah.
Thanks.
All right.
Okay, Rob.
Jesus Christ.
Am I gonna make it?
What's our doom at? Doom is at
Our
3?
doom is at 3.
All right.
Even if you die, you're not killing us, but that means...
It's just,
the
it's closer
investigator's
for the
out
rest of you.
game.
I actually think dying is the best thing I can do.
Why is that?
Well, because if I could die before the Dark Pact goes off,
True.
or the agreement goes off, so the corruption won't help. All right. Let's try the agreement. Roll 1 die on a 1 or 2. The time has come. Three.
Good.
All right. Dark Pact. Roll a die on a 1. 3. All right. And then corruption. I get my second corruption token here. And then when I flip this on 2, lose 1 health and 1 sanity unless you discard a possession.
Just throw stuff out.
Yeah, is an ally a possession?
No.
Are we sure?
I don't know.
Asset cards. He's an asset.
All right.
I'm
Throw out
okay
your
with
private
that.
investigator
I'll throw out the
and-
private investigator.
Maybe could have prevented my amnesia if I had used my dog to re-roll my will.
That's true.
Oh well.
All right.
Okay. So let's go to Trish now, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Start out with debt. Some men have come to collect your debt. Flip this card. There's nothing I can do to stop it. All right. Part of your essence was that deal, and the failure to live up to your end of the bargain will cost you and the world more than you bargained for. Before. Resolve the reckoning effect of each rumor mythos card in play unless you discard this card.
Unless you discard one talent. But you
Unless
know
you
what?
discard-
We
There's
don't
no
have a rumor in play anymore.
So, I'm fine with that.
All right.
I'll resolve all the no rumors. There you go, mobsters. You can have that. Okay. Let's start with illness. Test strength. Now, I spent a focus, so I am now at 4 strength.
Yeah. But you got some rerolls, or at least a reroll.
I believe I used that.
Once per
Oh.
round. No, it's per test.
Okay, so I got a reroll. So 4 strength.
Whew.
Okay, a pass. Illness is good. Dark Pact on a die. Roll 1 die. Four. That's good enough.
All right.
All right.
Now,
Lola-
Lola doesn't have to risk blessed because she is lost in time and space.
Okay, well, Lola just hangs out. All right.
We survived the Mythos phase so far. That's the Reckonings.
Okay.
So now we have a gate come out, which is in the heart of Africa.
That was a lot just to...
With a cultist. All right. Go ahead and read us the text.
It was so much worse than you thought. This ancient creature had not just established a presence here, it had infected every aspect of the city down to its roots. Everything is under control. Event. Spawn 1 monster on each space containing a gate that corresponds to the current Omen.
All right. So that sounds bad because another monster comes out over here. But I think that's the only red gate on the board at the moment.
Wait, do we have 10 monsters that we had to reckon and
It
that's
doesn't
bad?
matter because the reckoning happens in a specific order.
Oh,
And we've
okay,
already resolved the Great Old One's reckoning.
cool. Cool.
That means we get to the end of the Mythos phase. And at the end of the Mythos phase, if there are Eldritch tokens on this card equal to half the number of investigators, solve this mystery. And when 3 mysteries have been solved, investigators win the game.
Aw, yes.
We won!
That is- Yes! I think we have now proven we don't need Len to win, we just need Lola to win, apparently. Once we lose Lola, we're doomed. I am predicting this. This will go so south once we lose Lola in this game. Every single time, she is the one that solves the final mystery. Every time. It's unbelievable.
Oh, I have to say, I am shocked. I am shocked. I knew that it could happen this way, but the fact that we got a reasonable third mystery.
Yeah.
I mean, the third mystery was actually, with the exception of needing more clues, not that bad.
No,
And
it
then the
wasn't.
fact that we could advance it, that made all the difference.
Oh, yeah.
Though I wonder, I wonder if being lost in time and space means that Lola should skip the next adventure.
We'll lose if she does.
Yeah, possibly, but she could come back for the next one. I don't know. It's a thing to think about. Oh, wow. I didn't think we were going to pull that off. So, Laura, I want to ask you because when we first talked about you joining us, we thought that you had played this, right?
We thought I had.
And it turns out you actually played Arkham Horror 3rd Edition with me, which is in the same game line, same setting, and draws on the tradition of these games, but is quite different. So, what are your impressions?
I mean, it feels similar. For whatever reason, this game feels more complicated and less accessible to me.
Mm-hmm.
But it's enjoyable, nevertheless.
There's definitely a lot more going on, and it's not as narrative, I think, as Arkham Horror is. You know, you have those, in that game, there are those cards that sort of drive the action forward, and it just seems a lot more contained. This becomes a sprawling mess with 5 creatures, clues all over the place. So I could definitely understand where you see that.
Hopefully, if you come to play with us again, we'll use you less as a pawn. I mean, this time we literally used you as a pawn to teleport you out of the way.
Yeah. That felt a little bad.
In a convoluted scheme that makes no sense even to me, and I came up with it.
Pete's motto is there may be dangers out there, but some souls just have to roam.
True.
And you roamed right away from that danger. Gonna go to London? Nope. I'll go to Alaska. Oh, well, thank you so much for trying this out. You're welcome back anytime. We'd love to have you play some more with Ashcan or a different character. As we're going through this, this is an attempt to get through all the great old ones in a set order. I don't remember who we have next, so that will be a little bit of a surprise once I look that up.
Mm-hmm.
I want to thank all of our guests watching along. So hello, Anytow, Anytoe, Catch Kipisso6, Rihanna, thank you for joining us. Good to see you. And Sarah LNA. Oh God, you know, this is the thing about online stuff. Hello, all of you. Welcome. Thank you for joining us, even if I can't pronounce any of your handles. I hope that you enjoyed watching us somehow defeat Shub-Niggurath in our latest game of Eldritch Horror. We do this just about every Thursday. It's convenient that we wrap this one up so we can take Thanksgiving off to... I don't know about you guys, but I will be endeavoring to play other games with my family. Sometimes I have to load them up on turkey and get them nice and sleepy so that they don't know what's happening now. So thank you all for joining us. Thank you, Eric, for playing. Thank you, Laura, for playing. I love getting to play this game. I love getting to play it with my friends. Thank all of you for joining us, and hope to see you next time to find out yet again if we're able to squeak out a win or if you're going to watch us lose. Have a good night, everyone.
Good night.
Thanks, Rob.